Um, so we had so today's Monday, and we had a press conference with Aaron Glenn. Um, and let's bring our talking points onto the screen. On the docket today, Monday morning media sparring. AG against the media. Injury update, none to update. So nothing further on any injuries. We did have a few folks leave the game. So we'll learn more about who's in, who's out on Wednesday. Garrett Wilson is eligible to come off the IR this week. We'll have to see if he makes an appearance at practice or not. Obviously, he was disappointed in the performance, to say the least. One of the things about the performance is that we were in 76 or 77% base. That's very unusual. And on top of that, we used a 5-man front, and by my count, 3 times. So we were heavy and big the whole game. And when we weren't satisfied with that, we went bigger, and we still could not contain the Miami rushing attack, which really tells you something about what a genius Mike McDaniels is. I mean, let's just face it. Mike McDaniels is an offensive genius, and that's all there is to it. And it's a problem that he's in our division. Hopefully they fire him, but no, but he's not getting fired. He's just too good. He's too good. The only chance you have is if when Tua throws you those cookies. You know about Tua, he's going to throw you a cookie or two every game. He threw one to us, threw a couple to us. In the game, that's typical Tua. And we didn't take advantage because we're the Jets and we don't like interceptions, apparently. But he threw them, and that's the way you got to beat Miami. You got to take the cookies Tua throws you, try to contain the running game, but it's going to be hard. They also have, I saw some videos today about Aaron Brewer, how he might be the best center, one of the best centers in the NFL now. And, he's improving, and look what he's doing here and there and blocking his butt off over there. So congratulations to Mr. Brewer. And, if the Dolphins ever did get an offensive line that could play, boy, would they be dangerous. That's one of the things they've been lacking, in the McDaniel era. And if they ever get consistent line play of the offensive line, look out. So anyway, they outplayed us. But it just, to me, it goes to show, look, if you can't even go heavy and contain a running game, even if you go 5 down line, it just means you need way better players, as we have been saying since the summertime. We're just not good enough. The roster is not good enough. No coach could coach these bums into being good. They stink. We need a full reset of players. Not a full reset, but, we need to restock to where we once were. We need to really, really invest in the defensive line and linebackers, and you can't just hope to get through with a 5th rounder here and a UDFA over there. And no, you need to make substantial investment, free agency, draft into the defense. So that's what we need to do. He did think that Brady Cook was okay, and I would agree with that. We'll take a look at some of the numbers that prove that out. Eye test started out poorly, very poorly, but then he got more comfortable, got going. Now, one of the things about the media, I did notice they asked seven questions about quarterbacks, whether it was Fields or Cooks or Taylor's. Whoever they were asking, 7 questions by this clown media. No matter how much you hate the media, you don't hate it enough. You don't hate these fucking people enough. They're douchebags. Douchebaggery at the highest level of douchebaggery. And the reason they're doing that, they got nothing else to talk about. They need a quarterback controversy to sell some papers, sell some clicks. They're just the biggest asshats. I mean, you had, I think it was Canizero. You can't tell who's asking the questions half the time. That's one policy the Jets could implement, where they ask, before you ask a question, identify who you are and who you work for. The reason you would do that is in case they act up, everybody knows who they are. That might be a good thing. That's not too harsh. That probably no one would have they'd have a problem with it, but they wouldn't go crazy. And But anyway, so I don't know who said this, but somebody, one of our douchebag idiots, in one of his long ramp-up questions, which is one of their tricks, but he described the punt return by Isaiah Williams, which went for a touchdown, as artistic. Oh, it was artistic. Who the fuck are these people? Do they have any background in sports? Any background at all? Do they know what they're talking about at all? Very annoying. Yes, it was an artistic. Yeah, he was painting a painting. He had brushstrokes all over the place. He was writing a novel as he was returning the punt, Mr. Cannizzaro, if that's who you were. Like I said, we don't know who these people are. They get to remain anonymous. Aaron Glenn. And why can't these douchebags, by the way, call our coaches coach? If you watch now, it's interesting because if you watch I watched a press conference with Curt Cignetti, Indiana's head coach. You may have heard of him. Got the job. He sat up there. He said, "You guys might not know me, but I win. Google me." And all he's done is win. Anyway, I watched one of his press conferences, and not all of them, but most of the reporters there call him coach. Hey, coach, what do you think about that? And to me, that's a sign of respect. Because if you asked these douchebags, why don't you call AG coach? Or any of our coaches coach? Why don't you show them that sign of respect? They would say, well, I guarantee you they would say, well, he's not our coach. So it would be inappropriate for us. Okay, explain why the college reporters then, majority, not all of them, majority of them called the coach when he's having a press conference. Well, he's not their coach. So that doesn't fly, in my opinion. The reason is they don't want to show him that respect. They don't want to treat him well. They don't want to make it seem like he's the one worthy of respect, and they are not. They are the ones who are elevated in our society, according to them. And that is why anybody who attacks them significantly gets cut off. They kill they assassinate your character first. And then if that doesn't work, they give you the Andrew Breitbart treatment. So that's just the way it goes. But yeah, an artistic punt return. That's what AG has to deal with. Seven questions about the quarterbacks. He'd already answered the question about we're going to pick the right guy to win it. He gave them the answer, and they kept going on and on. 7 questions. I mean, how these? It's really the way I look at it. I know nobody agrees with me really, but. Because we're not winning, and so fuck AG and fire AG and all this. But I take the opposite side of it, and I think the media sucks, and the media is at fault for a lot of things. And I sit here in absolute awe, I would say, that nobody ever attacks these guys. No one ever loses their mind. It just, but they don't. I don't know. And these people shape the opinions of the public, which then has an effect on their careers. It's crazy.